I'm back. Now, the first problem one encounters when trying to explain the artificially intelligent Safe Worlds TV platform and system is that most people, even experienced computer users, even computer engineers and programmers, don't fully understand the internet or the World Wide Web. This is hard to believe, but I have been working in this industry for the past 30 years, and I know that this is true. They may know how to send email. They may also know how to build a website. They may be able to program a computer to do all sorts of fancy things. But, generally speaking, most people do not understand how these very different systems work and what are their strengths and their weaknesses. Most people know that Google makes a lot of money on the internet without knowing how Google makes its money or if the Google business model is sustainable. Most certainly do not know that Google is actually primarily located on the World Wide Web and not the internet. It is a platform that uses the communications infrastructure of the internet. The web is not the internet. Very few people know or understand this, that the World Wide Web is not the internet. They also do not understand the limitations of the World Wide Web. They do not know that the World Wide Web was never designed for mass e-business usage, and that it is highly unlikely that it will ever be suitable for this purpose. They know that a lot of people are saying that the internet is not safe and that hackers are stealing stuff every day. However, they've no idea why this is happening or if this serious problem can be solved. They certainly do not realize that it is the World Wide Web that is not safe and not the internet. Now, many people back away from trying to understand these issues because they think that it is all too difficult, but it isn't. If you can understand yourself, you can understand computers and the strengths and weaknesses of computerized systems like the World Wide Web and the internet. Because these systems are nothing more than extensions of the human mind. If you can understand yourself, I also suggest that you can understand artificial intelligence and why it is becoming so important in this digital age of computers. The first thing to understand is that the World Wide Web and Safe Worlds TV are parallel platforms within the infrastructure of the internet. The web is primarily a public platform. Safe Worlds TV is primarily a private platform for private business. Both the web and Safe Worlds TV use the backbone infrastructure of the internet to carry their communications. The internet is the common carrier network for both the World Wide Web and Safe Worlds TV. So to understand the difference between Safe Worlds TV and every other website, or web silo, or cloud as some people call them, you first need to understand the following. Number one, the internet is not the World Wide Web and vice versa. The internet is the carrier hardware for the web. The World Wide Web is a software platform that uses the carrier hardware of the internet. Number two, websites exist on the World Wide Web platform that use the internet. Number three, the purpose of the World Wide Web is for unregulated, insecure public communication. The World Wide Web is not designed to meet the privacy and security demands of large-scale electronic business. Number four, Safe Worlds TV is designed for large-scale, private and secure electronic business. When I say these things, many people still ask, why can't the World Wide Web be used for private and secure business? Because the design of the web is open source. That means that anything goes. This means that there is no common standard website design. Consequently, you cannot network, that is to say, connect or link or integrate websites together into interoperable marketplaces. This capability is critically important to replicate in cyberspace the business world, which is all about marketplaces. The world economy is a network of marketplaces that all use a common, fully integrated, fully interoperable monetary system. Without such integration and interoperability, you cannot digitally monetize products and services into a common monetary system. Without a common digital monetary system or a currency or note, you cannot track and process product sales and financial transactions as they occur. Without these basics, online business cannot happen on any major scale. E-business cannot become ubiquitous. You cannot have computers everywhere because there is no way to track and account for all the activity between all the individual devices and users. Without such integration and interoperability, you also cannot easily make a website private and secure. Website privacy and security is therefore very costly and difficult, if not impossible, to achieve. This is why most hackers can break into even the most sophisticated websites, even US government and military sites. Without a common standard design for websites, websites are generally custom built, making e-business websites very expensive and difficult to manage, as well as virtually impossible to integrate and make interoperable. This is a major barrier to entry for e-business. The solution for electronic business to happen on a global scale, for the vision of computers everywhere to become a reality, there must be a common standard for electronic business. That standard must comprise the following attributes. 1, it must comprise a compact, simple syntax, that is to say, a computer language structure. 2, it must comprise defined semantics, that is how we convey meaning. 3, it must represent human knowledge. 4, it must have an efficient, powerful and understandable reasoning mechanism. And it must be, number 5, suitable for building large databases of information. Such a standard must deliver the following: a complete seamless integration and interoperability. That is to say, it must at the end of the day represent one system. That is a common way of doing business, a common way of communicating that offers high levels of privacy and security, high levels of automation and systematization, networking to create marketplaces, that is to say, safe worlds for business, universal digital monetization. That means it must be capable of creating a digital currency. It must have individual tracking and handling capabilities. And finally, it must be low cost. Artificial intelligence is the only way this can happen. It is the only possible standard. It is the only solution for all of the problems that are now plaguing the World Wide Web. Having said this, the human mind is the only thing known in creation that can meet all of these requirements and thereby deliver artificial intelligence. To be ultimately effective, computers must mirror the human mind. This means that they must be made artificially intelligent. This is why my discovery of the law of thought is so important, because it explains how the human mind works so that it can be artificially reproduced in computers. Coming up, I'll tell you how to understand artificial intelligence and how Safe Worlds TV uses artificial intelligence to do what it does.